Let's look at the approaches to organizing a report body. There are two approaches, and the first one is the inductive arrangement. So, this one is indirect. It is logical. You start, when you are writing a report, you start from what is known to what is unknown. So, the explanation comes before the main ideas. The format is to start with, you start with the introduction, then you go to the text which has the discussion and then the explanation, then the terminal section which comes last. So that is the inductive approach, from what is known to what is unknown. Introduction, text, and then terminal section. So let's look at the reasons as to why someone would use the inductive arrangement or the inductive approach. The inductive arrangement is the normal arrangement of the report, the normal format of the report that you know. You start with the introduction, then the text, then the terminal section. So why would someone use that arrangement? First is that you must have detailed explanation in order for the reader to understand the conclusions or the recommendations. For instance, in a scientific or a technical report. Because in the terminal section, we have the conclusions and then recommendations. If you do not have the explanation before, someone may not understand the conclusions and then the recommendations that you made in the report. So one of the reasons is that when you must have detailed explanation in order for someone to understand what is in the terminal section. So you use the inductive arrangement. Then another reason is that if the reader is a type who will fight the decision unless he or she is given complete details and becomes convinced by the logical development of facts. So if the reader will fight the decision until when they have everything in details, you'll have to use the inductive arrangement. You first give the introduction, give the text that discusses and explains everything, then go to the terminal section. Yeah, because terminal section is where you conclude, like you wrap it up. Someone can understand what you're trying to mean in the report. So you wrap it up and then you recommend what can be done. So if the reader will fight a decision until they're given complete details, you have to use the inductive arrangement. Then another reason is when the reader may feel less biased towards conclusions and will be more likely to accept them if they are first given the analysis of the important factors. So if you first discuss for them the important factors in the report, they may feel less biased towards the conclusions, then you'll have to use the inductive arrangement. Then another reason is that if the reader needs to be encouraged to read the entire report and not just the terminal section, because actually main ideas are in the terminal section. Yeah, the other ones, Lulinga Lugambo. But if you want to encourage the reader to read the entire report, then you'll have to use the inductive arrangement. And the last reason is that when the reader prefers the report in this order, when the reader prefers the inductive arrangement, meaning you'll have to use the inductive arrangement. Then we have the deductive arrangement or the deductive approach. So this one is direct and it's for comparison reasons. It's direct, like to the direct plans used for direct requests and then good messages. Like you start with what you actually want to communicate. So the main ideas come before the explanation. We said main ideas are actually in the terminal section. So the format is to start with the introduction, then you go to the terminal section that has the conclusion and recommendation, then the text comes last that has the discussions. So that is the deductive arrangement. Main ideas become before the explanation. Why would someone use the deductive arrangement? Opposite of inductive.